Oh, I've been spending a lot of time listening to different podcasts, and I have to say, the number one pet peeve of mine is to hear a podcaster who is single, might have a little puppy dog, what have you, but always complaining about, how overwhelmed they feel. Grit. What is it, and why do some of us have it and some of us don't? Today on the Teacher Says podcast. All right, we are here, beautiful people. It is good that you are lending me your ears for the next 15 to 30 minutes, depending on how long I go today. I love my show, and I hope you do too. So if you haven't done so already, make sure you go online right now, hit the pause button if necessary, to like, rate, and give a 5-star review to the Teacher Says podcast on whatever platform podcast catcher you're listening in on. I mean, like I shared last week, I am through the roof regarding the listenership growing of the show. I'm happy about it. I hope you are as well. I'm contemplating getting some sponsors lined up. Definitely want to use some products that I've been liking and I want to share with you all. And that. So make sure you share the podcast with someone. I'm going to try my best in the next couple months to be more active on our social media platform pages. If you're a regular listener, you already know what I'm about to say. If you're a new listener, I always share that this is a one-woman operation. Some things happen fast, some things happen slow. Right now, my concentration is consistency. So getting you the show out weekly is the number one goal. And even that I shared previously, sometimes Tuesday, sometimes Thursday, sometimes Wednesday. So the goal is to get a consistent day that the show is released and to share across my social media platforms. It is difficult to do, as I've said before, because this podcast, as much as I love it, as much as the end goal is for it to be my full-time job. It is not my full-time job right now. And, I do have a full-time job in addition to raising children, in addition to going through a separation divorce at the moment. So, it is a lot going on. And that kind of leads into what I have on my mind today regarding grit. I listen to a lot of different podcasts, and sometimes I hear a podcast host going about how overwhelmed they feel and, all this other stuff. And I get it. I do feel overwhelmed and I do feel tired. And I often wonder, like, well, what do you do when you're tired or you're overwhelmed? Like, I don't really do anything. I just keep doing what I need to do. I mean, we're all built differently. And I feel like when the show gets a lot more popular, when I'm in a position to hire out and do other things, I don't feel like I'm going to ever come on here and be like, oh, woe is me, and I just couldn't do it, and I had to stop and go elsewhere and take a vacation, or I just sat around all day and watched Netflix. I have never, with all that I've got going on in the past year, I can count, and I am not BSing and I'm not making this up, one hand the amount of days I just stopped everything and did nothing. Like, the grind continues. The money is, I'm on the paper chase. I'm sorry. I can't, I definitely believe in self-care. I believe in mental health wellness. But I guess I'm just not built quite like where I have to just stop everything. I mean, well, no, rewind. I'm not going to lie. Have I done that? Yeah, I remember a couple months ago with the COVID situation, all that. I stayed in bed and I watched Netflix on my phone for the most part all day on a Sunday. And it was cool, but it wasn't cool. Because in the back of my mind, I'm like, what are you doing? Why are you watching Netflix? You got other stuff to be doing. So even today, it feels awkward to not be out and about in the streets. And when I say that, meaning like it's a nice, pretty decent day. It's late October. It's going to get cold soon. I don't really like cold weather. So I'm going to eventually, and I'm looking at the time, so I need to get a jump on it, but eventually leave this house and get some air, go walking, find somewhere to go. You know, staying around all weekend watching Netflix or Disney Plus or whatever my contemporaries, and I call them that, my podcasting peers do. I have a hard time subscribing to when it's just you're single. Well, maybe that's the issue, and I'm not trying to say because I'm a mom, I'm better or whatever. I don't know, because even when I was single and it was just me, I didn't really spend a lot of time sitting around doing nothing except for maybe Sundays. So no, I was in my 20s. Sundays I was a hardcore. In my 20s, I should say, I was a hardcore football fan. So I do recall sitting around in my room in my house at the time, watching football all day on a Sunday. But now, like I said, I'm on the paper chase. I'm on a mission to get the show more popular, and sitting around doing nothing because I'm so tired, I don't subscribe to that. There's always things to do. And even now, like as I'm recording the show, I was also washing clothes. I also keep thinking in the back of my mind, I need to switch out these summer clothes for winter because, yes, it is late October and I still have not done that. And I live in a place that gets seasons, so we're kind of overdue for that. It will be done, hopefully today. But, like I said, I had to stop washing clothes because I was going to record. And I'm literally probably 6 feet away from my washer and dryer. At the angle. Like I said before last week, I'm contemplating how I feel about having guests because on the show, I actually do want guests. The issue is having times that coordinate with other guests when I record the show on a whim, meaning I need to get a set, consistent day of recording. I thought I had one, but then there are times where after working a full-time job, after being a full-time parent, I get so tired, I'm just like, I'm going to bed. So I guess that is my form of self-care, is to go to bed at 9:30 instead of 11, like I've done at various points. But like I said before, and I'm saying like I said so much, it's really aggravating. I am at the point right now where in my opinion, I'm doing a pretty good job being consistent with the show. Consistent just on a weekly basis, not consistent. Whereas I can sit here and lie and say every Wednesday at 8 a.m. you can make sure my show will be right there in your podcast feed. No, we're working on weekly, and we're gonna work our way from there. So going back to what I was saying about grit. Everyone is built differently. It's just kind of a little irritating to me to hear people who have a huge platform, they're saying that they can't handle it and they have to just stop and, do all that. But on the flip side, I guess that's what makes them who they are and makes their shows great. All right. So moving forward to the next topic on the show for today this is a random, but this is a thought that I had in my brain that I'm going to do for a little extra income. We'll see what happens. And that is hot chocolate bombs. Now, if you're not familiar with hot chocolate bombs, I said the popularity was coming, started with TikTok. And I've never gone on a rant about TikTok. I just don't do TikTok. I'm older. I have enough time wasting social media stuff as is. TikTok is not anywhere on my agenda. I know my daughter has TikTok, but I don't know. But through TikTok, hot chocolate bombs have become the new it item for this 2020 fall spring. And I can't lie, when I saw the TikTok for it, I guess that's what you would say, TikTok, it was kind of like a cool idea. I'm kind of intrigued. So I decided to make hot chocolate bombs. I'm going to try a few for fun and hopefully eventually sell some. I went online and I did buy on Amazon a half sphere silicone chocolate candy making thing. I don't know what the proper name is, but it's coming in the mail, and I'm going to attempt to make hot chocolate bombs. I saw a really, really great video on how to make them, so that you can stuff marshmallows in the center or whatever you're going to stuff in the center. So I am looking forward, very much so, to get started with that. I'm hoping to eventually sell them, but I'm not making promises. It would be awesome to have a little hustle where I'm making hot chocolate bombs, but I keep talking about it, and I've yet to actually try one, although I am 99.9% sure I would love one. They're a little difficult to find, which is the more reason why I want to sell them, because if they're difficult to find, that means they're a pretty hot item. And the only ways I know to get them as of now is online. Even that, I don't know if any stores sell them or anything of that nature. But I'm excited about it. Excited. So, moving forward, every week I go on my rant about user testing, and this week I found a new company that is similar to user testing. I have signed up. I have not done any tests for this company as of yet. It's called U-Testing. I found it, believe it or not, online on Facebook when I was looking at information for user testing. U-Testing came up in my mentions, and I was like, I want to try this company. So I did sign up for them. Literally, maybe it was either yesterday or 2 days ago. So I'm not really in a rush, because I'm doing so well with user testing, to give it a try, although I did sign up for it. Like I said, I've been making a lot of money a lot meaning I'm doing it part-time, of money on user testing, and I'm pretty excited about it and feel pretty good about it. So to know that there's another company that's similar is nothing but good things. I want to hear what you guys know about website testing. What other companies have you guys found? I would love to hear about what other opportunities I'm missing. And I was thinking about putting up a ad on Upworks to say that I'm a pretty good website tester, because I feel I'm a pretty good website tester. I spend a lot of time on these tests, probably more than the average person, and give thorough information, so that's always good. And then another discovery bin I want to share, and I am not being sponsored by this company yet, but I found a company called Fitvine Wine. I tried it last night for the first time, and I have to share, I was pretty impressed. For something that's supposed to be low carb, low cal, I was expecting the worst as far as taste. And I was pleasantly surprised that it didn't taste bad. I am doing low carbs, keto type vibes right now, although I splurged last night and ate something sugary. And I regret it because I feel the sugar all up in my mouth. It's really awkward. But at any rate, it's been almost 24 hours and I still feel like I have a lot of sugar in my system. It's strange. But going back to what I was saying about Fitvine Wine, it's pretty tasty. I was pretty impressed with the taste. They have different types of wine. I was advised, if I'm going to be drinking wine on a keto diet, first off, you're not really supposed to do that, but I like wine. So I decided to try, what's a low carb wine? And it was mentioned a Cabernet Sauvignon, or what is the other one? Not a Moscato, that's sugar, but a Pinot Grigio, a red wine. So I'm I'll give it a try. Well, it's pretty good. I'm not gonna lie and say it's better than the real thing, but it's a pretty good substitute. I was impressed. I think I would like it. So pretty impressed with that. I just wanted to share that little find with you, because you never know, someone else might be trying to find a fit wine and want to try something that's good when you're drinking wine on keto, which you're not supposed to be doing. All right, so another thought that was going through my brain, I think I touched on it briefly, but I have real estate on my mind like a lot right now. I'm in the process, a long process, and wow, I think this is the first time I'm talking about it on the show, of selling a house. And I have never sold a house before. I have bought homes, but I've never sold them. And when I say that, I sound like I'm big time. I'm not. Full disclosure, the story behind the houses. I have a rental property, which is where I'm living right now. I bought it when I was in my 20s. And when I decided to buy a larger home, I ended up renting out the rental property. And then, my situation changed, and I moved back into my rental property. And thus, the other house of the home of the original basement studios is going to be put on the market. And this process has been going, it's been a long process. But I'm ready for it to be over, because once it's over, I am hoping to move into a larger home. I know, please keep up. I know there's a lot going on. And I am not sure what I plan on doing to the rental property that I'm living in at the moment. I am kind of on the fence. Part of me wants to sell it, but then part of me wants to just keep on renting it out. I don't know what I want to do. But the point is, I've really gotten into real estate the past year, especially looking for real estate on what I want my next home to be, because I'm kind of on the fence of I want a single family home again, or like a more modernized townhome. I don't know. But like I said, I'm very much into learning about real estate, and I'm excited about the home selling process, because this is a journey I've never been down before. And I would love to have, I had to freeze because I'm like, be careful what you wish for. I would love to have a realtor on the show. And I say that because it's very easy to get realtors on the show, and I know if I really looked, I could find one. But whenever you ask for realtors, or at least this has been my experience online, and mind you, I have a great realtor. I actually really do like my realtor, but it's just that someone who's older doesn't really use more seasoned. I hate the word older. It's a seasoned realtor who's very well known in the area. And I don't really think is really big on social media, because they don't have to be big on social media, because that's not their lane, as they've been doing this for years. Like, I get that. If I've been selling real estate for like umpteen years, and I'm known in the area, and you don't really have to go down the social media route. But like, if you're my age and getting started, or maybe not, social media can be a great way to find potential clients. Even there's this lady I follow on Facebook, and you know me, I'm always going on about people I find, and then I hate the fact that I can't, um, I don't, excuse me, I don't remember their names. But this realtor, she social media presence is like phenomenal, and she's the same realtor in Atlanta who sold Cardi B her home. And not to say we should do what rappers. I hate when people go, oh, that's so sad. And, oh, here it is. Here I found her name. Brandy Hunter Lewis. I love her Instagram page. Her Instagram page is just spectacular. I mean, honestly, it would be cool if she could be. One day, maybe we will have her on the show, but for now, I don't think it's going to happen. But the point is, she's what I would aspire to be if I wanted to be in real estate. And as a realtor, no, I don't. I just think it's pretty awesome. She has a great page with lots of information. She has enough of her life mixed in with the homes that she sells. It's just really awesome. So I'm saying this to say it would be great to have someone who really knows their stuff in regards to real estate. who has actually sold some homes before, at least a few, not just getting started, to come on the show and talk about their real estate career. I know I really admire realtors. It's not something I ever have interest in doing, but it just seems awesome. Like an awesome career. Pretty random, but yeah. So this is a good point to kind of wind down the show for today, and make sure that you share the show with a friend. I'm going to do my best to keep the social media side of the show afloat with all the other stuff I have going on. But I know that you're going to go and make sure you go out and vote. You have between now and November 3rd, depending on what state you're in. You can mail in your ballot. You can walk your ballot over to the voter registration place of your choice. If you're going to be like me, I'm going to early vote. I'm just not going to early vote when our early vote option opens on Monday. I'm going to give it a few days and go ahead and do it there. I have a super secret. Oh, rewind. No, I don't have a super secret place I go and vote. Because now I think about it, it's gotten pretty popular, and I know there's going to be a line, so I'm definitely going to wait till Wednesday. But get out there and vote. And that's all. So I'll see you next week and have an awesome week. Bye.